Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, September 19th, 2022. And we begin with a final farewell. Today, Great Britain is putting on a dazzling display of royal pomp under sad circumstances as it lays Queen Elizabeth II, its longest-serving monarch, to rest. More than 100 world leaders, including President Biden, are attending her funeral. It began at 6 a.m. Eastern Time and is the biggest and most complex security operation in London history, with more than 10,000 police and 1,500 soldiers on duty in and around Westminster Abbey. The service will include 2 minutes of silence to be observed across all of Great Britain. Even plane noise will stop as Heathrow Airport cancels arrivals and departures for half an hour. Capping it off, notes from the Queen's personal piper, who played his Scottish bagpipes outside her bedroom each morning. Many networks will broadcast the service, and by one estimate, as many as 4 billion people globally may tune in. Mother Nature unleashed a trifecta of trouble over the weekend. Last night, Hurricane Fiona slammed into Puerto Rico, knocking out power to the entire island. The winds were fierce, but worse could be the flooding, which forecasters predict will be catastrophic. To Taiwan, where a magnitude 6.9 earthquake toppled a 3-story building, knocked a train off its tracks, and prompted tsunami warnings. And in Japan, which just rode out one of the most powerful typhoons in 70 years, the storm-packed winds topping 100 miles an hour and dumped up to 20 inches of rain in some places. There's an interesting new theory floating around as to how Saturn got both its tilt and its signature rings. According to scientists at MIT, one of that planet's many moons may have veered so close to Saturn's surface that gravitational forces ripped it into small, icy bits. Those pieces stayed in orbit, flattened over time, and eventually formed its rings. Researchers believe that theory could also explain why Saturn's axis is tipped with respect to its orbit. When that ancient moon shattered, the study suggests it changed Saturn's gravitational field enough to cause its unusual and now famous tilt. As far as COVID is concerned, the end is finally in sight. At least so says the World Health Organization, which keeps tabs on infections and hospitalizations around the globe, both of which are dropping to new lows. The key to putting it behind us once and for all, according to the head of that agency, is continued testing, vaccinations, and education. Director General Tedros likened the fight against the virus to a marathon runner. She does not stop when the finish line comes into view. She runs harder with all the energy she has left. So must we. We can see the finish line. We're in a winning position. But now, he cautions, is the worst time to stop running. In KidNuz Sports Notes, Albert Pujols is on the cusp of home run history. The St. Louis Cardinal is now 2 long balls away from becoming just the 4th member of the 700 career club, and there are still 14 games left in the regular season. If he makes it, he'll join Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Barry Bonds. A teenager from Virginia is now the first person in figure skating history to ever land a quadruple axel in competition. 17-year-old Ilya Malainen clearly nailed the jump, which requires 4.5 rotations in the air, on his way to winning the U.S. National Championships last week. It's been 43 years since Vern Taylor of Canada landed a triple axel in 1978. No skater has been able to successfully add another rotation until now. The Las Vegas Aces beat the Connecticut Sun to win their first WNBA championship. They were led by a new coach hired at the start of the season, Becky Hammon, who had been an assistant with the NBA's San Antonio Spurs. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz, generously sponsored today by the Ho family of Hillsborough, California, to celebrate Riley's 14th birthday. Riley, your mom, dad, Max, and Molly wish you the happiest day ever, and so do all of us at KidNuz. Now, today's quiz. How long will all of Great Britain go silent today during the Queen's funeral? 2 minutes. What's the name of the hurricane that barreled into Puerto Rico late yesterday? Fiona. According to a new theory, how did Saturn get its rings? One of its moons got too close and shattered. What baseball player is on the brink of joining the 700 Club? Albert Pujols. In today's Kid News Kicker, there are 2 days left to help get your favorite toy into the Toy Hall of Fame. The Strong National Museum of Play announced its 12 finalists, which include Light-Bright, Bingo, Nerf, and the Piñata. Each was chosen based on 4 criteria: icon status, longevity, discovery, and innovation. Fans can vote until Wednesday as part of a Player's Choice ballot at toyhalloffame.org. We've put a link on our website. The 3 toys receiving the most public votes will join the top 3 toys chosen by the National Selection Advisory Committee. The winners will be announced on November 10th. Before we get to our teacher shout-outs, we want to again thank the Ho family of Hillsborough, California for sponsoring today's quiz, wish Riley the best birthday ever, shout out his 8th grade classmates at Crocker Middle School, and say a big Kid News hello to his principal, Mr. Rocha, who likes to remind everyone to be here, be you, because you belong. Also in our shout-out queue today, Mrs. Vaudrey and her Huskies at Highbridge Hill in New Ipswich, New Hampshire. Miss Kennett and her Panthers at East Lawn in Burlington, North Carolina. Miss Dyson and her Patriots at Summer Elementary in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And Mrs. Carr and her Wildcats at Mesa and Cortez, Colorado. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to sponsor the quiz or an episode to help celebrate a special occasion, visit our website at kidnews.org and click on sponsorships. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.